Welcome everyone. As always, it is your host, your friend, your boy, your pal, your mate, Arachnid, coming to you today with something a little bit different. This was going to be a live stream, and before that, I was just going to do this on my own and just do it for fun. But before we get into that, please do me a favor, smash that thumbs up, subscribe if you've not. I would highly appreciate it. Playing a little bit of WWE 2K25 today. Have a hell of a card. Playing through universe mode with my favorite promotion, TNA. I'm not going to do my usual commentary over these matches. I'm just going to hang out. I'm just going to talk. If it's 420 over there, it's 420. You know what time it is. Gonna see if I can come out on top. I will be playing this on Legendary as always with my custom sliders, the best sliders you can have on this game. You're gonna see the quality of these matches, the challenge of these matches. Those sliders are available down below in the resource well, aka the description. Highly recommend you use those.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Total Non-Stop Action Television Championship.
Now I have set up an entire year of TNA house events, pay-per-views, and everything else so I can play through universe mode. Let's talk about this man, Jay Lethal. Let's talk about a man who is very underappreciated in his current company. Let's talk about a man who at one point in time carried Ring of Honor Pro Wrestling on his back as both the world champion and the world television champion. Let's talk about a man that at one point in time captured the X Division Championship in TNA, and from that point had a hell of a run in that company, eventually becoming Black Machismo. Let's talk about Jay Lethal. And we don't need to talk about Sanjay Dutt. We don't need to talk about SoCal Val and all of that nonsense that took place between them. This guy's the real deal. I started watching him as Hydro in Special K in very early Ring of Honor. He blossomed under the tutelage of Samoa Joe, a true student of the game. Jay Lethal, one of the best overall wrestlers, a man who can get in there with anyone, give you a great match. He's a great champion, he's a great competitor, and we're going to see what he can do here tonight against the Notorious 187, a gentleman from my neck of the woods. I'm from Brooklyn. He's also from New York City. Let's bring out the champion. Let's bring out Homicide. And this is the TNA Television Championship. This was a belt that was around for a little while. It was a cool belt. I mean, I remember Robbie E had this belt. I remember Brother Devon holding this belt. Homicide's part of that elite group of New York City wrestlers. Him, Monster Mac, Amazing Red, you think about Brian XL, you think about Mike Santana. So many greats to come out of New York City. Low-Key, obviously, who we're going to see a little bit later. I actually thought Low-Key was going to come out here with Homicide. Apparently not. Low-Key probably in the back at this point, getting ready for his X Division title match against Chris Bay, a guy I know in real life. Let's lay out here.
Introducing the challenger from New Jersey, weighing in at 223 pounds, Jay Lethal.
Very nice looking Jay Lethal there.
From Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 200 pounds, the Total Non-Stop Action Television Champion, the Thug.
Homicide always had that smash mouth style, but at the same time, he was always very X Division. Reigniting the rivalry here between New Jersey and New York State. And let's get into it. Let's see if I can actually defeat Jay Lethal here. If I can't, he's going to make a great television champion. He's yet to hold a championship here in this universe mode. Look at that. Northern Lights bomb. Only got a 1 count, was a bit premature. And again, these are my custom sliders. Now this just if you want this game to be really good. If you're happy with the mediocrity that is this game, don't worry with these sliders. Just leave everything default. Probably get a good 3-4 days out of this game before you get frustrated and sick of it. Working the body of Jay Lethal here. I was actually in the Hammerstein Ballroom years ago and very shocked. I mean, Jay Lethal versus Amazing Red for the X Division Championship. And just minding my own business, run-of-the-mill match, and the X Division Championship that night. Ooh! Was going to use the referee there. The X Division Championship that night actually changing hands at a TNA house event. My girlfriend was supposed to go with me at that time, but she had a Zumba class. I thought she was crazy, and she was. Like, you go to Zumba anytime. It's the Hammerstein Ballroom. You know what I'm saying? Oh! Thought he was going to run in there. He did not. I'm going to stay on these legs here. TNA was one of those companies that, I mean, I really loved TNA from the time it started. Even before 2002 when it started. I remember it was around 9/11 in 2001 when Jeff and Jerry Jarrett put out those first flyers, the early information that they'd be starting a new wrestling company. And I remember I was like, I don't know, because I had been watching NWA Wildside, and that was what I thought about NWA, just bad cameras, everything looked kind of yellow, and I remember thinking, I don't know if people are going to watch this. But then I found out that they signed AJ Styles. AJ Styles was a guy, even back in 1999, who I was like, this guy might be the most athletically gifted guy in pro wrestling. And at that time, I was watching RVD and ECW every week, so that meant something. Little modified bangarang there. Sit out press. Only getting a 1 count. But yeah, when I found out that they had signed AJ Styles, I was like, that's pretty good. But what sold the deal for me was when I found out that they had signed Mike Tenay to be the lead play-by-play man. Mike Tenay, the actual GOAT of his era in commentary. People are going to say, well, what about all those big matches that Jim Ross called? I know Jim Ross called a bunch of big matches, but when it came to knowing talent and organizations internationally, Jim Ross could not match Mike Tenay. I'm sorry. Little ace crusher. Cover here. Let's see how this goes. Little tribute here to Simon Diamond, a guy nobody remembers, so I'll say a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. Simon would close that tribute, though, with a face buster, a gourd buster. Maybe a little tribute there to Loki. Now what is this? Jay Lethal, I think, going to the playbook of my favorite wrestler of all time, Bret Hitman Hart. Also, my favorite female wrestler of all time, Gail Kim, used this a lot in TNA at ring post figure 4. Got to appreciate the arena here. I mean, this looks exactly like what the actual arena would look like. As I was putting together this universe mode, Lethal, interestingly, not going under the arm with the ankle that time, going over. As I was putting together this universe mode, Lethal combination, unfortunately that's outside the ring. Jay can't win the belt out there. I had to decide which pay-per-views to go with, which sets to go with. Wait a minute. I was not paying attention. Jay Lethal has won that match just barely. I mean, why would the referee not? I mean, I guess technically I wasn't back in the ring. I was on the ring apron, but okay. Playing a lot of Fire Pro, I would just expect that the referee would stop counting. But I mean, that is a good call by the referee. Being on the ring apron is different from being in the ring. That's a bittersweet win for Jay Lethal to kick off the pay-per-view there. Wins the match. I do not believe that this game will award Jay Lethal the championship on a countout. I don't think we're doing NWA rules here. Remember when Abyss won the championship without pinning or making Sting submit? I thought that was kind of cool because you didn't see that too often. But yeah, I had to kind of decide which pay-per-views to go with, and I went with my favorite pay-per-views and sets, arenas, house events, logos in TNA history. I mean, I was a big fan of TNA from the time it started all the way to when Kenny Omega came in, and then I immediately stopped watching. Look at that. Can you believe that? Well, Jay Lethal will get the win here. Homicide will walk out with the championship, and that means that off-stream Jay Lethal is going to get to run this thing back. To me, if you beat the champion and you're already the #1 contender, you should stay the #1 contender. Well, we're going to head into our second match here. The ladies championship will be on the line. Victoria, a woman. I'm not gonna say that I went to meet Bret Hart recently and Victoria hit on me. I'm not gonna say that, but she was very nice. She said I looked very dapper in my suit. She looked great too, and I'm like, listen, Lisa Marie, don't start with me, because I've had a thing for you for a minute. Now, I stopped watching WWE in 2004. WrestleMania 20 was the last event I watched, so I know at some point she started coming out to some hip-hop music. I was not there for that. I did not see her again until she showed up as Tara in TNA. They don't have the All the Things She Said theme in this game, and whatever hip-hop theme they gave her, I was like, I immediately need to change this. I'm also a fan of Candice LeRae from a number of independent organizations. I've not seen Candice LeRae in many years. She must have been in WWE for a long time. If you go to WWE, I'm not going to see you anymore. And some of my favorites from WWE were Stevie Richards and also Christian Cage. And when they showed up in TNA, I absolutely loved it. No idea why Candice LeRae has these butterfly wings and all this stuff going on now. But we're going to see if we can win this championship off of her. She's had this belt for a long time in Universe mode. She took it off a woman that I actually know in real life, used to know in Brooklyn. I called her Miss Trinidad. I believe she goes by Zelina Vega now. She was also, I called her Rosita. Remember her? She was in Mexican America with her cousin Sarah Stock, Sarita, back in the day. Let's go to the ring announcer. Once again, we're gonna lay out here.
Introducing the challenger from Los Angeles, California, Victoria. And her opponent from Riverside, California, the Total Non-Stop Action Women's Champion, Candice LeRae.
I also had to decide which championship belts to go with, and I basically went with the best looking belts in my opinion in each of the divisions. This is the current Knockouts Championship belt, which I got on accident. I wanted that original belt, the Gail Kim, the Awesome Kong, the Angelina Love, the ODB belt. These two women had a great match in Universe mode on Impact recently. That match actually, believe it or not, ended in a double count out. See if we can get this moonsault without her getting the knees up the way she always does, and we did. And I think that's going to be it. Going to win the belt right here. They did a great job here in this game with Tara. There was always that rumor about Tara when I was growing up that was not true, but you'd hear it every once in a while that she was Lance Storm's sister. I never believed it. I still don't believe it. I'm not sure where that rumor even originated. See if we can get her into the ring here. Short arm lariat. Looking good so far. Oh! Poison Rana. The kids are calling it a Poison Rana. I still call that a Rewind Rana. One of the things about Tara or Victoria, whatever you want to call her, is she does not know or fully believe how good she was as a pro wrestler. When you hear her talk or when you talk to her, she doesn't realize she's one of the greats. Like, she's in that league with Manami Toyota and Gail Kim and Awesome Kong. She sells herself short for some reason. I don't know. Just a very humble, meek woman. La Tapatia is the name of this one, also called a Especial de Rito Romero for the people looking to learn the names of the holds here. Lucha Libre move. Candice off the top. Springboard frog splash to the back. Love to see a new Knockouts champion here. Candice has had a hell of a run. Might be time for that to come to an end here tonight. Ooh, Candace. Could not get the crossbody there. Gonna get it here, though. Let's go, ref. Was always a fan of hers, though. I mean, you know, like I said, she was with my boy Stevie Richards. That's gonna go a long way. Choke there. I remember she had that cage match. It's gonna be a curb stomp. This is the actual curb stomp, not whatever they call a curb stomp in WWE. This is old school. It's like Mercedes Martinez and so many great wrestlers in the Ring of Honor Shimmer era. Once again, that cross body. Beautiful moonsault. Victoria always came off the top with such a nice moonsault. But that cage match that she had with Awesome Kong, you know, during the start of the actual women's evolution, not that nonsense that, you know. It's another great move that she would pull out, a little tribute to Sabu. I think we've got this thing here. See if we can get a spider's web off here. There it is. People don't know what that's called. I do. Let's go back into La Tapatia here. Work on the knees, that lower back a little bit. See if we can hold it a little bit longer this time. Yeah, I think Candace is done. Nice little cradle there. Here we go. Widow's Peak. New champion? Come on, ref. You gotta count. Oh my God. Into the little Guido Maritato style Fujiwara armbar. It's actually a great lineup that this game put together here. Nice little hooking lariat there. Shades of Bret Hitman Hart. Sporting the pink and black. Feel like that was probably 3, but the game didn't want to give it to me. That's alright. Oh, she's gonna curb stomp me again. Is she gonna pin me towards the rope? Oh no, good move. When you're still fresh and your opponent is not. And in only her second match here in TNA, Tara has just captured the top prize in pro wrestling for women going back to October of 2007. I believe October 14th, 2007. Don't quote me on that. The TNA Knockouts Championship. It's not a butterfly belt. It's not a diva belt. No shame to the ROH Women of Honor belt or the Shimmer Female Athletes Championship, but this was the one you wanted. And this is her actual music, because I did not change her victory music. Because I'm used to the old games where if you change the entrance music, it just changes the outro music as well. I cannot believe she kicked out of this. I was actually pretty fresh in this match. That first match that we had that is not going to air because I didn't record it. And Candice took it to me. That's a big win though, because Candice has had this belt for some time here. Defeated Rosita for it. I believe either Rosita or what's her name? Trinity. Who I did not see for years until she came to TNA for that stint. It was a good run. I like her.
Here is your winner, and non-stop action women's champion, Victoria.
It was cool getting to meet Victoria, though. I mean, I showed up just to meet Bret Hart, and there were other wrestlers there. I was like, I am not really interested in meeting them. And I see Victoria, and I just like Victoria. Tara, I mean, had to go over and say hi. She could not have been any nicer, any more humble, any more pleasant. And let's see what we're going to here. Oh, we got some tag action. I mean, Bobby Roode. When you talk about great world champions, how great was Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, as world champion in TNA? I believe at one point he was the longest reigning world champion that company had. He beat Jeff Jarrett's record. I mean, what a run. He was phenomenal in Team Canada. He was phenomenal in Beer Money. Recently, I brought him and Petey Williams into this organization. Layout for this intro. The Province. What a name I gave him. I'm such a big fan of so many Canadian wrestlers. So many of them are my favorites. I mean, I think about Bret Hart, Owen Hart. I think about the Crippler Chris Benoit. Think about Gail Kim. I think about Taylor Wilde. The list goes on and on. A man who used to call himself Canada's greatest athlete. A man who was from the wrestling capital of the world, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Lance Storm. So I wanted a strong Canadian tag team in this league, and I got Roode and Williams.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 420 pounds, Alex Shelley and Chris Singh, the Machine Gun.
Alex Shelley, one of the first guys that I saw in Ring of Honor that I was very impressed by. Had a completely different style at that point of time, was a European catch-as-catch-can style pro wrestler. I also remember him as Baby Bear with Abyss and Goldilocks. In the early era of NWA, TNA, those Wednesday night pay-per-views, it was Alex Shelley in that best-of-3 series match with Shocker and TNA, where Shelley actually went to Shocker and said, you know, I want to incorporate more high-flying, more lucha libre into my style, and that's where Shelley changed his style. And then this look of Alex Shelley's actually came from Raven. But I mean, you've got to love these great Canadian colors that these two have. I think Petey was looking for a sharpshooter there early. They did such a great job of implementing new moves for Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin in this game. I mean, say what you will about 2K, but man, the Motor City Machine Guns have been done right in here, as have all of the DLC characters I've messed around with. Chris Sabin, another great wrestler, a man who, I mean, if they don't put Chris Sabin into the TNA Hall of Fame, something's wrong. I mean, what are we talking here? At least 10 times with the X Division belt, a man who captured the World Championship, a man who also captured the Tag Team Championships. Petey Williams there has been lacerated. Just left of the eye socket there. Man, Petey cannot catch a break here tonight. Wow. Well, shades of my girl Kiera Hogan there. Little Golden Gate swing. Wow. I cannot get on the ball with Bobby, and these two. Here he comes. Was not sure which lariat he had. But now I know. Here comes the it factor. I mean, out of heavyweights, I mean, this guy was the total package. And I'm going to give Bobby Roode one of the best compliments I think you could give to any pro wrestler, because the vast majority of pro wrestlers don't fit the mold for it. You could take Bobby Roode and you could put him into any era of professional wrestling, present, past, before his time, and he would fit in and he'd be very successful. A lot of guys that are, you know, stars now and would basically only be stars now, or in whatever era they were stars in. Man, Motor City Machine Guns here are really doing something. Shelley somehow managed to miss that. And also somehow managed to recover before I did. Variation on a finishing move Shelley had when I started watching him early on in Ring of Honor. Called it It Came From Japan. A lot of people called it the 2K Bomb. Well, could not quite get to Chris Sabin there. Thank you, Bobby. Here we go. Finally getting back on the ball with the province. Little flatliner there. Elevated variation. Oh, a little tribute to Lance Storm. We talked about him earlier. The single leg. Some call it the straight shooter. Some call it the Canadian Maple Leaf. Also, happy late Thanksgiving to all the Canadians watching this right now. Petey was doing that before Chris Jericho. Little spine buster there. Not quite the double R spine buster. When you talk about Bobby Roode, a lot of people like to talk about the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm and Beer Money. You know, for my money though, my favorite tag team of all time is still America's Most Wanted, which was Bobby Roode, which was Tennessee Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris. America's Most Wanted, just so good. Those matches with Triple X, those matches with the Naturals. There's that double R spine buster. I guess there was a tag during the taunt, because I didn't see it. Oh, this is the payoff. Wow. It's a move that Bobby Roode was actually taught by Kurt Hennig, one of his mentors in TNA. Got him. Little Canadian Destroyer, a move very overused in pro wrestling now. This was a great match. Might have been a #1 contenders match to face the winner of the Dudleys and Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, whatever they're calling themselves now. Little shell shock with the missile drop kick combo. These are the kind of matches you have when you play this with good sliders, when you have great wrestlers on a roster. And I think it was always going to be it for Alex Shelley, because you think about it, Alex Shelley ate a double R spine buster, ate a payoff fisherman suplex, and then after that ate a Canadian Destroyer. And you remember how crazy people used to go for that Canadian Destroyer? Go watch some footage after you watch this of Petey hitting that Canadian Destroyer in the early days of TNA Impact Wrestling. There's that double R spine buster, had the arm of Alex Shelley trapped too. So he took more impact on there. Really could not protect himself. This is after the Destroyer. Chris wanted to get in the ring, gets cut off. And we're gonna skip because I did not do any closing whatever for them. Now we're gonna go to the X Division Championship. Another gentleman from, not just from Brooklyn, but actually from the same part of Brooklyn that I lived in, Fort Hamilton there, right under the Verrazano Bridge. We're gonna go to Low Key. Low Key, let me tell you something. I went to Ring of Honor Final Battle in 2005, December in New Jersey. Low Key had a match with Kenta, whose name I could not tell you, Hikoji Ijima, I don't know what they called him in WWE, I wasn't there to watch it. Low Key had a match with this gentleman, and I can tell you right now, it was the best match that I saw that year. One of the best matches. Obviously, you had Christopher Daniels and Joe and that whole situation. But man, go find that Low-Ki versus Kenta match for the GHC, that's the Global Honored Crown of Pro Wrestling Noah. I mean, it was insanely good. People didn't want to go home. After the match, people were chanting 5-star match. It's a guy I know in real life, a really cool dude, Chris Bay. I just know him from, I'm from Brooklyn, but I lived in Vegas for a long period of time. And I used to tell people, oh yeah, I'm out on the West Coast, but now I'm actually out on the West Coast, coming to you live from the great state of California. What I actually want to do is get one of those two-headed Fallout bear flags to put in the front yard. I'm sure the neighbors will be confused, but nice to be in a state where so many people here don't respect what they have, you know. California, people want to get out here. It's like, bruh, I've lived all over the country. If you're not in New York, this is the place you want to be. I want to go to Texas. All right, go to Texas and try to spark up out there, see what happens. Anywhere. Here comes the ultimate finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler, Chris Bay. We're going to bring out the champion here. One of the hardest hitters pound for pound ever in pro wrestling. I mean, I just cannot discuss how talented this guy is in the ring. Coming out with Homicide, still the world television champion of TNA. We talked a little bit earlier about how Low-Ki was conspicuous by his absence during the Homicide Lethal match that opened up the pay-per-view. Homicide now joining his boy. This is the Brooklyn Hit Squad. A couple of members. Santana, also part of that clique. That's that X-Vision belt we all love. That's the Amazing Red AJ Styles belt. Sure Red's watching this. House of Glory.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 170 pounds, Chris Bay.
Now, I will say I don't like that Chris Bay's wearing the Shawn Michaels HBK gear. From the BK. That beautiful belt. There's never been a man in pro wrestling who I've absolutely hated more than Shawn Michaels. I guess I have to say, because his fans just need you to say it. Yeah, one of the better pro wrestlers of all time. Not quite Bret Hart good, but, you know, aside from that, he was okay, but complete asshole. Don't like him, didn't like him, won't like him, don't want to hear about him. But that's my only gripe with Chris Bay. You know, he's sporting the Shawn Michaels gear. Chris Bay trying to get real fancy real early, and Low-Ki is not the one. Now, it should be said that Low-Ki actually did take this belt off of Chris Bay. Capo? Capo kick. K-O-P-P-O-U. There you see the top of Homicide's head at ringside. Chris Bay coming out with Ace Austin. One of the best overall wrestlers of this generation. Second capo kick of the night. Third capo kick of the night. I think one of the reasons that we don't hear more about Loki is because, you know, he's basically, you know, he's a very tough guy. He's a tough guy to be around. He's a very serious guy, and he's that guy all the time. A lot of people, you know, can't deal with how serious he takes himself. Mitsuharu Misawa style machine gun chops. Samoa Joe style jab there. Let's see where this combination ends. Bridging double underhook suplex. Where's the ref? Low-key here, eating the lunch of Chris Bay. What is this? Nice DDT that time. A lot of people call that a hurricane DDT. La Tapatia, no. Little Bryan Danielson. Little American Dragon coming out in the kid. Oh, Chris Bay going to that RVD playbook. Oh, wow. I did not see that happening. Listen, that's how these sliders go, though. You slip up, you will get pinned. Chris Bay has defeated Loki to win back the X Division Championship. Wow. Put together a flurry there, and I was sitting there talking to it. Saw the frog splash coming, tried to move, couldn't move, wasn't worried about it. Wow.
Here is your winner,
That's crazy.
champion, Dashing Chris Bay.
Wow. And Loki has been on a complete tear. The Brooklyn Hit Squad loses the belt here tonight. Got 2 more to go. Thank you for staying with me. Gonna bring out one of my favorite tag teams of all time. A team that really upset me years ago in ECW. I believe it was about 1999. When they were on their way out of ECW, they had the ECW World Tag Team title belts, and we're talking about how they were going to drop those belts at the feet of Vince McMahon. And I mean, this is a year or 2 after Vince had screwed Brett in Montreal, so that was not cool. It's going to be great here. Going to see some heavyweights.
The following contest is a tag team Extreme Rules match and is for the Total Non-Stop Action World Tag Team Championship. And at a combined weight of 505 pounds, the team of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Carl Anderson, a man who was not part of Aces and Eights, but you almost feel like he was in it, but he wasn't. But this man, Big Doc Gallows, was part of it, and also part of the Bullet Club over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I like that original Bullet Club with Prince Devitt before it got goofy. Once those high school bucks and the goofy Mr. Omaha, or whatever his name is, came in, I wasn't really a fan of it anymore. Here they come. In the EC Dub gear.
And at a combined weight of 603 pounds, the Total Non-Stop Action World Tag Team Champions, from the ranks
It was at TNA Bound for Glory 2025 that the Dudley Boys had that tables match for the TNA World Tag Team titles against Matt and Jeff Hardy. Great match, great event. One of the better pro wrestling pay-per-views I've seen in a number of years, top to bottom. I didn't skip anything. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Dudley's one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Dudley Boys are TNA Hall of Famers. Should also be inducted into the Extreme Hall of Fame at Viking Hall or Alhambra or the XPW Arena, the ECW Arena, the 2300 Arena, whatever you want to call it. Now, there will be no tags in this thing. There's no tags, no disqualifications. Oh, man. Devon off the top with a headbutt. Bubba. Thing getting sloppy here. These are the matches I remember, though. The Dudley Boys, Spike Dudley, Balls Mahoney. Wanted the scoop slam, could not get it. Boy, Devon's doing a great job here. Oh, Bubba went for that senton. No water in the pool. Devon gonna fly one way or the other here. Wow. Falls count anywhere in this one. Oh, that's nasty. A pile driver there on the entrance ramp. Not sure how the ref could see from there to even count, but you know. See if we can take this into the back, maybe end up in Dixie Carter's office. Wow. Doc Gallows there. Devon might have it. Got him. Devon did a hell of a job in that match. Look at this headbutt from Devon. Devon off the top with the elbow. The Dudley Boys have done it all. Tag Team Championship of ECW, WCW. The WCW one's a little bit iffy, but we'll give it to them. NWA World Tag Team Champion. So this is Devon with the neck breaker. This is how Devon won this thing. Did not see that. Tag team champions all over the place. The Dudleys, one of the more decorated tag teams in history. I mean, they just did it everywhere. These two have been on a path of destruction here in TNA in this universe mode. I mean, they've owned this division since we brought them in. And now it's time to get down to it. One fall singles match. It will be your main event. I think I'm going to play this one as Eli Drake, or LA Knight, as apparently they're calling him now. The shoes of a champion, if you will. And Josh Alexander, I mean, phenomenal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the total non-stop action World Heavyweight Championship.
Josh Alexander, many people call him the Standard. They won't give him credit, but arguably the best heavyweight wrestler of his generation. Another guy who you could take and put into any era of pro wrestling and he'd be a massive star, just like Bobby Roode. I mean, the quality of this guy's matches, the quality of his wrestling. He was a great TNA World Tag Team Champion alongside Ethan Page. They were known as the North, and then he blossomed into a great singles wrestler. I mean, dare I say, the best TNA World Champion of this generation. And by of this generation, I mean, God, probably for the past 5, 6, maybe decade before winning that championship. A man that if you're a Canadian, you should be proud of. Eli Drake, a man who had to prove himself in TNA. I remember the night he came in with that Scotsman and the Son of Ming. And he got on the mic. I'm like, man, if this guy wrestles half as good as he talks, he's going to be a big star. And he does. Then he went to WWE, and everybody told me they're basically sleeping on him, ignoring that he was already Global Force World Champion in TNA. Also went to Billy Corgan's NWA afterwards, was great in that organization. A man who was a big breakout star coming out of Las Vegas and future stars of wrestling. NWA Hollywood standout. The fans like him, management not so much.
Introducing the challenger. From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 240 pounds, Josh Alexander. And his opponent, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, the total non-stop action world heavyweight champion, LA Knight.
On the Arachnid Soul 14 to 15 point chart of everything you would have in an ideal pro wrestler, I've actually used this on certain people. The dude with the curly hair in that elite comedy league that everybody seems to love. He doesn't score too highly on it, but this man, LA Knight, Eli Drake, hits every point. Would be a great wrestling champion for your organization. Double wrist suplex there. Wow. Wow. Not yet, Josh. Gonna have to earn this one, kid. LA Knight on this game became world champion after taking the belt off of Kurt Angle. Already we see that the challenger here, Josh Alexander, has been busted open. Let's see if we can open up that laceration a little bit more. Wow. This is a main event match here. Main event caliber wrestling. Oh, BME, shades of Christopher Daniels. Best moonsault ever. What is this? Oh, almost like a muscle buster. Pulls the ripcord, makes it rain. I gotta be careful. Gotta be real careful. We saw what happened in that low-key match. There's that Hangman's noose. I mean, I saw so many great matches with Josh Alexander. I think about that match he had in Impact with, oh my God, everybody from Alex Shelley to Speedball Mike Bailey. LA Knight here. Man, Josh doing a hell of a job. There's a Juji Gatami. Juji Gatami countered there from Josh Alexander. Such a great technical wrestler that it's hard to really get him with a submission hold. Once again, going to the legs. Still can't get the leg submission off on him. Maybe calls that the J trigger, I don't know. There it is. Blunt force trauma. Thermal shock. Caprice Coleman's old finisher. Oh, wow. Burning hammer. That's going to be it. Now what is this? Oh, Chris Canyon Crab here. Billy Goat's Curse is what Colt Cabana used to call it. Wrestling. Is this gonna be here? Standing Yuji Nagata lock. That's the second time. Drilled that man. Barely got him, but got him. Don't even think Eli thought that was a 3 count. You saw the shock on his face after getting that 3 count. Hell of a showing from Josh Alexander there. Great wrestling match. And Josh will get another shot at the belt, I'm sure. Other guys vying for this belt: AJ Styles, Booker T, Ron the Truth Killings, Rhino, the Monster Abyss. I do remember the old days of NWA TNA. The thermal shock is what that move was called. First time I ever saw it. Caprice Ice Coleman's finisher, as I said it before. Obviously, Caprice Coleman in the Great Wrestling League, one of the better wrestling leagues going right now, Ashe Wrestling, under the tutelage of Darius Lockhart. If you have not checked out Ashe Wrestling, ASE, wrestling. Even though it's not called that, it's called Ashe, which means change. I highly recommend it. Look at this. Bam! Drilled him. That was so nasty on that bloody skull. In any case, it has been your boy Arachnid Soul. Thank you for joining me. Like this on the way out. Let me know what you thought about this. Comment down below on any of this. And I will catch you, my friend, later.